Good morning. This is 97.7 The Bolt. My name is Emily, and it's time for the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital Your Care, Our Mission show. This morning, I am joined by a very special guest. His name is Chip Madera. He is the leadership lion, and he is working with Humboldt County Memorial Hospital to keep their promise to their patients and coworkers. That can mean a whole lot of different things, Chip. So what are you working with the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital on specifically?
Well, good morning, Emily. Really, the initiative we're working on is really about having them live out their vision of becoming the region's healthcare leader and serving this community. Many organizations say they're something, but they never live up to what it is. This organization is committed to being who they say they are.
Yep.
And I believe when you do that, you join rock star status in the community. So we're here to make that happen and create the outcomes that they're looking for. And really, there's four of them. One of them is accelerated results in healthcare today. It's really not about ultimately results, because every organization, every hospital, every healthcare entity is getting results. The question is, are they getting stellar results, and are they doing them in a quick or accelerated fashion? I'll quote myself. I don't do it often, but I believe the speed at which your organization changes is as telling of your future failure or success as your ability to create the change in the first place. So, in other words, your customers are not impressed with the fact that you're changing. You have to evolve to their needs. The question is, how quickly do you do it? And so the first initiative is about accelerated change. The second is about sustained patient satisfaction, making sure that patients' needs are met, that their anxieties are reduced, that they are at a place where they feel cared for and they find value. Also, it's about the highest level of staff engagement. You cannot create excellence with a disengaged, disenfranchised staff.
Yep.
Impossible. So your team has to be all in and 100% committed to your brand and its outcomes. And I don't know if you know this, but according to Gallup's latest poll of employee engagement in 2013, over 87% of staff in most organizations are considered disengaged employees.
Wow.
So can you imagine the kind of quality snafus or service loopholes and all the things that go wrong in a business when your staff's not committed?
Yep.
So we have to make that a focus. And then lastly, it's about delivering a promise. And you mentioned that at the beginning of the program. I think it's important for the community to understand that this organization has committed itself to a promise that they, by the way, recite every morning in a community area in the hospital itself. They do this by heart, by memory.
Wow.
They are committed to these outcomes. And if I might share with your audience what that promise is, I think it's critical. They have designed this purposefully for this community to deliver on this promise. Here's what it is. You are always our priority, the center of our hearts, minds, and actions. Everyone on our care team promises to always provide exceptional care by exceeding your expectations. Respect and honor your choices. Reduce your fears and anxieties. Clearly address your concern. We are privileged to be the dedicated partner in your health and wellness journey. I think that is brilliant. And I think what it does most of all is it centers everybody in the organization around one focus. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is what we create every day. Our job is not about drawing blood and taking x-rays and moving people through the myriad of processes that we need to get people healthy. Our job is to make sure that we're showing you we care along the way, and that we become a partner with you in your journey of health. A lot of people encounter healthcare when there's a snafu, when there's some kind of blip, when there's a broken leg, or there's a chest pain or whatever. But this organization really wants to engage with this community all through their livelihood and make sure that they not only are healthy, but stay healthy and keep healthy and grow healthy lifestyles. And so I admire them for their commitment to that. And ultimately, that promise comes down to one word, if I could define it simply: courtesy. Courtesy, something that seems to be an anomaly today in the American business world. Unfortunately, things that we learned from our parents, right, growing
Yep.
up in a small community, right,
Yes.
Emily, that you wouldn't think you would have to teach other people, but for some reason or another, that has slipped through the cracks. And so what we do is we come in and we remind people what it means to be gracious and courteous and show people that we care. And so really that's what it's all about. The timeline looks about 2.5 years in my engagement with the organization. There are 5 phases involved in this, ultimately we start with a preparation phase or an assessment phase, then we move to an implementation phase. We're already through those 2 phases in the first 2 months. Because we've prepared the organization with training and education, and we've taught the leadership what they need to do to hold employees accountable and to expect great things. And then we've taught the employees themselves. Every employee has been trained by me on how to, what we say, create wow for our customers and for our patients.
Yep.
So they're equipped, they're enabled, they're empowered, and now, maybe when we come back, we can talk a little bit about the sustainability phase and so on, and how we're going to keep this alive here in this community for you.
All right, awesome. So we're going to take a quick break here on 97.7 The Bolt. We'll be back here on the Your Care, Our Mission show here on 97.7 with the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital.
Celebrate spring with the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital's auxiliary on Friday, April 29th and Saturday, April 30th. This is the auxiliary's biggest fundraising event of the year. All proceeds will be used for the annual scholarship and to support the needs of the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital. Backed by popular demand, the spring celebration, yes, a $6 jewelry sale and a silent auction from 10 to 4 on Friday and 9 to 11 on Saturday. Come join us for coffee Saturday morning 9 to 11. Treats will be provided by Kelmer Catering. Themed baskets for the silent auction will be donated by the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital departments. A large selection of necklace and earring sets, bracelets, sunglasses, and scarves will be just $6. Yes, $6. Celebrate spring with the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital Auxiliary on Friday, April 29th from 10 to 4 and Saturday, April 30th from 9 to 11, all in the conference room at the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital.
This is 97.7 The Bolt, and we are back with the Your Care, Our Mission show with the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital. And today I'm joined by a very special guest. His name is Chip Madera. He is the Leadership Lion, and we kind of been talking about some of the things that he is helping out with the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital. They have a mission, and they want to help keep their promises to their patients and their coworkers. And he's been talking about how he is helping out with the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital and how he's helping them keep their promises.
Yeah, we're excited about it. They are responding so positively to what we're sharing with them. They're an eager team of leaders. I've never really met a handful of executive leaders that are more cohesive and aligned and committed and all in on creating excellence for this community. They really care. And I think a lot of it has to do with they own this community. This is their community, and it matters to them. So what we've been doing is we've been training leaders. We spend 2 full days with the leadership team really diving into what it takes to coach and train and create excellence. I'm a big believer that the reason why you don't get a lot of high performance out of people is, first of all, they don't know what you expect of them. There's a lot of assumptions. There's a lot of, well, they should understand this. And people don't. You have to be very clear, crystal clear on what you expect people to do.
Yep.
And so we outline those expectations, and then we teach leaders on how to drive them, how to hold people accountable to them, how to coach them up. And then we spend time with staff. Staff are critical. They're the most critical players in the game. Why? They spend the most time with our customers. They spend the most time with our patients. So they're the ones that are really branding the organization. They're the ones that are determining how you feel about us. And so we spend an enormous amount of energy developing our team, making sure that they all are equipped and enabled to be successful. And then we put processes in place where we can shadow them, give them feedback on their performance, make sure they're living up to the promise. And I believe once you do that and you do it consistently, and people know you mean business, and they are more likely to get on board and do it in an accelerated fashion. And we've seen that happen already in a very short period of time. We have a couple more phases. The sustainability phase, of course, is you can come in and you can do a rapid fire, strong arm leadership employee training thing. But then if you walk away and you don't give it any attention, right, it's going to fizzle out and die. Most initiatives do. We don't do that. We put a lot of stakes in the ground around what we've created. We put together what we call champion teams around 4 initiatives of trying to make sure we communicate and celebrate our successes, that we are always training and developing people. We have a navigation team that makes sure that when we run into a snafu or we run into a brick wall or some kind of organizational or political wall, we get around it, we get over it, whatever we need to do to avoid that obstacle. And that goes into the whole process of hiring the right people and then onboarding and making sure we get the right talent so that whenever they're here, we already have wow people. Because, again, you can't create wow with wowless talent. And so, I always believe grumpy's a talent. It's a talent. You got to be gifted, to ignore people and be, grumpy at people. But so is happy. Happy's a talent too. And, I believe the organizations that are really, turning things around for the customer are the happy ones, the ones that want to be there, the ones that are engaged. So we've helped them prepare for that. And then there's a very long period of time. Most of the initiative is the 18 months in which we help Humboldt County Memorial really shift the way it does operations, the way it thinks about things, the way it believes about things. And we have 8 orientations that we build into the culture where they are strategically designing what they do in the organization and their operations to make sure that they accelerate the way they're doing business in that fashion. Many organizations aren't even aware of what those are, and therefore they, luckily land on something. There's no real hope. Hope is not a strategy. You don't show up and say, well, we sure hope our patient satisfaction increases. We sure hope that our employee engagement increases. We sure hope our sales improve. You're getting nowhere there. You need to be very specific about what you expect and how you suspect to get there, and then make sure people have a pathway to make that work. And then, ultimately, the last part of the initiative is about a 6-month period where I have to empower this organization to be successful without me. No more phone calls, no more visits. I show up and they are full disciples on what needs to happen, right? So that they can be out there doing what needs to be done. My job here is to work myself out of a job. My job is to help these folks be so successful that they'll never call me again other than for a picnic, or a ball game, which I can see happening in the future because I've made great friends here. But really, this is something I'm so very excited about because I work with so many organizations that, 2,500 employees, 3,500 employees. We've got 240 some employees here at this organization. And again, most of my work in those larger organizations is just trying to get, a lot of times, people at the top of the organization to even be on the same page, period. Here, there's no question about it. I mean, they are all for one and one for all. And I knew when we signed up and we got to be involved with this organization, we were going to see some incredible results. I very well expect to make Humboldt County Memorial one of my poster children for what it means to create excellence in healthcare. These folks are going to rock it. I'm telling you, they're going to really knock it out of the park. And you're going to see, as a community member, you're going to see great things happen. You're going to hear great things that are happening because ultimately they care about you and they want to see you have a place where you can come when you are at your most challenging moments of life and have somebody put their arms around you and know that they care in a deep and meaningful way. It's not about business. It's not about just, it's about you and making sure that you matter. And so we deliver that promise. We live by that promise. We hold people accountable to that promise. And when we do, everybody gets better. the community gets better, the hospital gets better, the employees get better, and isn't that what healthcare is about? People getting better.
Yeah, definitely is. All right. Again, that was Chip Madera. He is the leadership line working with the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital. And you heard him here on the Your Care, Our Mission show on 97.7 Bolt. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you, Emily.